Hello students, you all know about the seeds, the structure of seed, whether it is a dicot or a monocot seed, then albuminous and ex-albuminous seed, detailed about the which part of the flower makes the fruit or the seed or the grain, what is a grain. So these all these all topics we have discussed in the part 1. Today we are going to discuss about the suitable term, temperature, suitable conditions for the germination of seed, or what is the germination process. So germination and the conditions necessary for germination of seed with the help of few experiments. For today, the topics are: first is the germination, then the suitable condition for germination. Next is the experiment to show water is necessary, oxygen is necessary, then suitable temperature is necessary, and one more experiment which proves that the germination process takes place only when all three conditions are available to the developing embryo, or the developing embryo which is present inside the seed. So let's start with the first topic, which is germination. Germination, as a definition you can write, germination is a process by which embryo develops into a plant. From the development process, it utilizes the endosperm of the cotyledon to develop or to form shoot and root. So germination is the process by which an embryo develops into a plant. Next is the suitable conditions necessary for the germination, and the process of germination is water, oxygen, and suitable temperature which is around about 25 to 35 degrees Celsius is the temperature which is suitable for the germination of seed, or the favorable conditions. In case of seeds, we say that the embryo or the seed remain in the dormant stage. Dormant means inactive state, unless the favorable conditions are supplied to it, or favorable conditions are available for the seed to germinate. So germination process takes place only under suitable conditions. And what are the suitable conditions? Condition is water, oxygen, and optimum temperature must be available for the seed to germinate. When all these three conditions are available, then only a seed is able to germinate. But the germination process, or developing into a complete plant, depends on the seasons only. Seasonal plants, or the season which is particular. When we are saying that this season is suitable for this particular plant, means the condition, the temperature condition or the climatic condition is suitable for the seed to germinate. So some seeds germinate in the winter season or the summer season. The temperature required for the seed to germinate is available in these two seasons. So the season means the required temperature for germination. Next is the experiments to show. In the first experiment, in a conical flask, dry cotton is placed. Dry cotton is placed, and on the cotton, few seeds are placed on the dry cotton. In the next flask, which is P and Q, on the next flask, the cotton which we have kept is wet. Wet cotton is placed, and on the wet cotton, when the seeds are placed after a few days, what we observe is, in the second conical flask, the seeds germinate. Since the seeds germinate, it proves that water is necessary for the germination. Since water was not available in case of the first, so no germination takes place. In the second, water is available, germination takes place. If these diagrams are shown to you, and the question is asked, what is the aim of the experiment? Aim of the experiment is to prove that water is necessary for the germination. And what is the process mentioned above? Process is germination. Then you have to run. The next question is question would be, would define the process of germination. Then you have to write the definition of germination. The process mentioned is germination definition of experiment, then what is the aim of the experiment. Aim of the experiment is to prove that water is necessary for germination. What happens to A and B, then you have to write about in case of P. This when dry cotton is taken, water is unavailable for to the seed, so no germination takes place. In the second one, in Q, where wet cotton was taken, so germination and water is available and germination process takes place. It proves that water is necessary. In the second one, in B, I have not written here. These two, this one, the dry cotton, the wet cotton, this we have made wet. Now the wet cotton for the experiment number 2. The seeds are taken, since we know that the germination process takes place in on the wet cotton, so we have taken 2 conical flasks, and in the 2 conical flasks, P and Q, in both the cases wet cotton is taken, and one we have kept in the refrigerator and the other in other outside, which is at normal temperature. So when what we observe is the flask which is kept in refrigerator, no germination takes place, while the flask which is kept outside or at normal temperature, germination takes place. Next, what is the aim? Aim of the experiment is to prove that suitable temperature or optimum temperature is necessary for germination, or under cold conditions germination process does not take place. So this is the aim, and again the what is the experiment about? It is about germination, then definition of germination. These 3 questions are must. First, aim of the experiment. Secondly, first question is what does these diagram show? So this diagram is all about germination. Second is definition of the germination. Next, aim of the experiment. These 3, and after 2 they can make any question related to the experiment. Next experiment, the third experiment is, we have taken 2 conical flasks in which on the wet cotton seeds are placed. In the third experiment, conical flask fitted with cork. Here in a test tube we have taken plain water. In a test tube, pyrogallic acid. Pyrogallic acid is placed here, hanged with the help of a thread inside the conical flask. Wet cotton in both the cases. On the wet cotton seeds are placed. Now what does this experiment is all about? This experiment is about the process of germination. But what we want to prove here? We want to prove here that water and temperature, we have already mentioned through the experiment that water and temperature, suitable temperature or condition is necessary. But here oxygen. In this flask, since the flask is closed or fitted with a cork, the here we have taken plain water. In this pyrogallic acid, role of pyrogallic acid is to absorb oxygen. So in this pyrogallic acid absorbs oxygen. No oxygen is present here. No oxygen. So what happens? No oxygen means no germination. In this, the seedlings germinate. Germination takes place. Reason for germination, since the plain water is kept, so no, it is not causing any harm to the setup. Or conditions, wet cotton is present, plain water, the oxygen is available through the plain water as well as inside the flask, and this suitable temperature, water, oxygen, all 3 are present. So the germination process takes place, while here Pyrogallic acid absorbs oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, no germination takes place. This experiment is very important for the examination. Third one. Next, one more experiment is about to show all three conditions together. Like here we have placed 3 seeds on a scale. 3 seeds on a scale, seed A, B and C. Is it visible? Now when you first I am showing the result of this, what happened, that when the middle seed, we have placed this scale in such a manner that the level of water is up to this one, up to this, so that the middle seed is half immersed in water and half of this portion is above water. Now what happens to this? Here in this condition, on a scale 3 seeds are placed, one here and one, and the water level of water is such that the middle seed is half immersed in water. Now this one. Now what happens to this experimental setup? For seed A, oxygen is available but no water. So oxygen available, no water. Temperature is suitable for whole setup. So no germination. No germination. No water means no germination. For seed B I will write later on. Seed C, water available. Since it is completely immersed, so no oxygen or less oxygen, we can write less oxygen, no germination. For the middle seed, water as well and oxygen both available. So germination takes place. Germination takes place. This is all about the experiments to prove that germination process requires oxygen, water and suitable condition for this suitable condition, and when all these three conditions are provided to the seed, then only the process of germination takes place. In the next class, we'll study about different types of germination, apigeal or hypogeal germination in case of seeds. Thank you for today's class.